Assalamu alaikum. I'm Muhammad Hassan Habib, lecturer in English, Jorhat Shohid Sriti College, and today we are going to start a new class on English first paper, Unit 1, Lesson 1. I think you can see people or institutions making history. This is the name of the Unit 1, and here the first lesson title is the unforgettable history. The unforgettable history. In this lesson we are going to learn about Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's 7 March 1971 speech, and for this we are going to learn this lesson from our textbook. And you can see this is the textbook for you, and that is written English for today, classes 11, 12. And here in this book you have the table of contents. 15 units are there, and the lesson I'm going to teach you today is this one, Unit 1, Lesson 1. You see, to study at home you have to buy this book, and I am teaching you through this online channel, and at home you should read this book thoroughly. Okay, now let's see the first Unit 1, Lesson 1 from this textbook. You should open your textbook and try to understand and take notes what I am saying, and in this way you can learn sitting at home. And before going to details, you should learn something about the lessons. You have to listen carefully. I am speaking slowly, that's why. Before going to the text, we should learn about what is saying in the title of the text, that is the unforgettable history. It is the history of our country, and that is related to Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So we have to know about our leader Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was born in 7 March 1920, and he was killed on 15 August 1975, and we call him Father of the Nation. He served as the first president of Bangladesh and later as the Prime Minister of Bangladesh from 17 April 1971 until his assassination on 15 August 1975. He is considered to be the driving force behind the independence of Bangladesh. He is popularly dubbed with the title Bangabandhu, that means friend of Bengal, by the people of Bangladesh. He became a leading figure, and eventually the leader of the Army League, founded in 1949 as an East Pakistan based political party in Pakistan. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is credited as an important figure in efforts to gain political autonomy for East Pakistan, and later as the central figure behind the Bangladesh Liberation Movement and the Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971. Thus, he is regarded Jatir Janok or Jatir Pita, both meaning father of the nation of Bangladesh. His daughter Sheikh Hasina is the current leader of the Awami League and also the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. So from here I think you have learned the background and who is Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. You can search this in online and you can find out the descriptions about our leader Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman from internet sources. So now let's see about 7 March Bangabandhu's speech and why it is so important, and we have to read it carefully. The 7 March speech of Bangabandhu was a speech given by Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the founding father of Bangladesh, on 7 March 1971 at the Ramna Racecourse in Dhaka to a gathering of over 10 lakh people. It was delivered during a period of escalating tensions between East Pakistan and the powerful political and military establishment of West Pakistan. This was filmed by the actor. In this speech, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman proclaimed, "This time the struggle is for our freedom. This time the struggle is for our independence." So you see, this is the speech where we find Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who wanted to say that only freedom can bring happiness to our country, and that is why we are going to read this text, and where we can find the full speech in our book, that is started with in this way. This is the full speech, and this speech is translated by Fakhrul Alam, and let's read that portion from the text. It starts with "my brothers." So Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman says, "My brothers, to all the people, my brothers, I stand before you today with a heart overflowing with grief. You are fully aware the events that are going on and understand their import." He is saying us about the events that started from 1947 till 1971. We have been trying to do our best to cope with the situation. So he's saying that we are trying to matching up with the Pakistani government, and yet unfortunately the streets of Dhaka, Chittagong, Khulna, Rajshahi and Rangpur are awash with the blood of our brothers, but the Pakistani forces killed our innocent people on the streets. The people of Bengal now want to be free. The people of Bengal now want to live, and the people of Bengal now want their rights. So this is the thing that we wanted, and it is the space where we can find the freedom we wanted, and that is written in this line that the people of Bengal now want to be free. The people of Bengal now want to live, and people of Bengal now want their rights. What we have done that was wrong. After the elections, the people of Bangladesh voted as one for me, for Awami League. We were to sit in the National Assembly, draft a constitution for ourselves there. So in 1970 there was an election where Awami League won, but the Pakistani forces did not give us the power, and that is why these 23 years, the 23 years of a history of men and women in agony, we were in that conditions that this speech helped us to bring the independence to our country. That is why this speech is so important to us. Here in this long speech, the main things we will find that some conditions Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman says here that is number one, the immediate lifting of martial law. He orders the Pakistani forces that they should immediately lifting the martial law, the immediate withdrawal of all military personnel to their barracks, the immediate transfer of power to elected representative of the people, a proper inquiry into the loss of life during the conflict. If they agree with those four conditions, only that time he would join the assembly. And in this speech he also says that about the directives, what will the people will do for a civil disobedience movement, instructing that people should not pay taxes. Government servants should take orders only from him. The Secretariat, government and semi-government offices and courts in East Pakistan should observe strikes with necessary exemptions announced from time to time. Only local and inter-district telephones lines should function. Railway and ports could continue to function, but their workers should not cooperate if they were used to repress the people of East Pakistan. So the 1971, in 1971, the 7 March speech is a speech that is we can say that symbolizes our nations, and this speech is on the memory of the World Register of UNESCO, a list of world's important documentary heritage. And so it's a documentary heritage. On 13 October 2017, UNESCO added the speech in the memory of the World Register as a documentary heritage. You should remember this point. So in your textbook you will find all the speech in your the total speech in your textbook, and at home you should read the lines, and you have to listen my lecture what I said there, and there you will find that Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman gives some conditions and also some directives there. And finally, in his speech, he says about our struggle that the points we should remember here, that remember, he says, remember at the last of his speech, since we have already had to shed blood, we will have to shed a lot more of it by the grace of God. However, we will be able to liberate the people of this land, and the struggle this time is a struggle for freedom. The struggle this time is a struggle for emancipation. So the speech includes the words, that struggle. So he invited our people to struggle. We need to struggle to get freedom from the Pakistani rulers, because they ruled us terribly, and for our emancipation, for our freedom, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, by his memorable speech, the unforgettable speech, that is the unforgettable part of Bangladesh's history, and that is why you should read the full speech in from your textbook, and you should read thoroughly, and you have to find out the words that are difficult to you, and find out it in your dictionary, and in this way you can answer the questions which will come in your exam paper. So read at home, stay safe, and see you in my next class. Thank you very much.